Welcome, this is Victoria Locascio, and in the next few minutes I'm going to explain 3 key factors about the LinkedIn search algorithm that you need to know if you want to use LinkedIn to help you land a job. These are insider secrets about how the back end of LinkedIn works. These 3 essential areas are your profile keywords, your connections, and your skills endorsements. Due to the way the system scans your profile, it's important to have a large quantity in all of these areas, but they must be quality keywords, connections, and endorsements. To understand more about this, let me take a step back and explain how thousands of recruiters and hiring managers use LinkedIn to find candidates for their open positions. On the homepage, they click the Advanced Search tab and are taken to a screen that looks like this. They enter keywords for their open position in the keyword box and the appropriate zip code for where the job is located. Then they click search, and the LinkedIn system gives them a long list of search results consisting of many hundred profiles that are a good match for the keywords that were entered. Your goal is to get your profile to appear in as many searches as possible so you'll have increased visibility. The more people looking at your profile, the better your chances of getting an interview. The first way to increase your visibility is to add appropriate keywords. You should pull 5 to 7 job ads that you want to apply for and see what keywords are repeated across those ads. Those are the keywords that hiring people are looking for, and those words will be used in a LinkedIn search. So those are the words that you should add to your profile. Remember that you're adding hard skill keywords like HTML code or Microsoft Certified Systems Engineer. Don't add fluff words or soft skills like effective communicator because no one is searching for them. Add your keywords to your profile in numerous places because LinkedIn's search algorithm is heavily based on frequency. For example, if someone searches for a marketing VP, the more times you have marketing VP in your profile, the higher your profile will appear in that person's search results. The most important keyword to add to your profile is your desired job title. A hiring person will always search using the job title as one of the keywords. One of the most important things to know about LinkedIn is how the search system works. Your profile will not appear in a hiring person's search results if you are not in their network. So when a hiring person does a search on LinkedIn, it isn't pulling from all the profiles on LinkedIn to find the best candidates. It is only searching that hiring person's network. If you are not connected to that hiring person, then it doesn't matter how perfect of a match your profile is for the job, your profile will not show up in their search results. LinkedIn is a 3-degree network of connections. Your network consists of your first-degree connections, plus the people connected to them, which are your second-level connections, and the people connected to your second-level connections, who are your third-level connections. This is why it's imperative to have a large network of connections, because if someone does a search and you are the perfect candidate, your profile will not appear in their results list if you aren't first, second, or third level connected to them. The more connections you have, the more searches you will appear in, and the more visibility you'll have on LinkedIn. For example, if you have 50 people that you are directly connected to, then you'll have around 5,000 second-degree connections and around 500,000 third-degree connections. You can see how these numbers dramatically increase when you're connected to 550 people. The third-degree connections jump to about 15 million people. And if you add 3,000 people, your third-degree connections will be around 30 million people. For search purposes, it is obviously much better to have 15 or 30 million people in your network instead of only 500,000. The real power of LinkedIn is not in who you know in your first level, but in whom they know. Your second degree and third degree connections hold many more possibilities for finding a job. That being said, it is important that you are only connecting with quality people, and I'll talk about who is a good connection in a few seconds. The other important item about search results is that if your profile doesn't appear on the first, second, maybe third page of that hiring person's search results list, then they probably won't ever see you. They're going to start at the top of page 1 with the candidates that LinkedIn thinks are the best match for the position and work their way down the list. That is why it is so important to get your profile to rank higher. You want to appear on the first or second page. The more connections you have, the higher your profile will rank on the search results list. Now that we've covered the importance of keywords, let's talk about connections. You need to have a minimum of at least 500 connections. The reason for this is that the LinkedIn system shows the number of connections you have at the top of your profile until you hit 500 people. After that, it shows 500 plus on your profile. When a hiring person looks at your profile, you want the first impression to be that you are a well-connected individual. Regardless of your desired job, being well-connected is seen as an important trait for employees. So you want to ensure that this number is at least showing 500 plus. Anyone looking at your profile can click on the See Recent Activity tab and it will show them the exact number of connections that you have. To utilize the power of LinkedIn, you want to be connected to well over 1,000 quality connections so that your total is many millions of people. This will help you appear in more searches and your profile will appear higher in those searches. Let's talk about what makes a quality connection. First, they need to be people who live in whichever country you live in. So if you live in the United States, you do not want to connect to people who live outside the US. Of course, if you know the overseas person, then it's okay to connect with them, but you do not want hundreds or thousands of connections from random places around the world. Second, they should not be LinkedIn open networkers or lions, as they call themselves. LinkedIn tells you that you shouldn't connect to anyone that you don't know. If you send someone an invitation request and they don't accept it, they can click two options. They can mark your invitation as spam, or they can mark it as I don't know this person. If they click either of these options, it dings your account. If you receive enough dings on your account, then LinkedIn severely restricts your account and won't let you send an invitation request to someone without entering their email address. So back to LinkedIn open networkers, these people are advertising right on their profile that you can send them an invitation request even though you don't know them, and they will accept it, so your account won't be dinged at all. You'll see the words open networker or lion or no IDK, which means they won't click the I don't know you option. You'll see these words somewhere in their profile. Another tip-off that someone is probably a lion is that they list the number of connections that they have somewhere in their heading or in their profile. You should not connect to these people because it is extremely obvious that you are connecting to anyone and everyone if you have lions as connections. Instead of helping you by increasing your number of connections, these people hurt your credibility when a hiring person is looking at your profile. To increase your number of connections, obviously connect with your family and friends. You can use the LinkedIn alumni search feature to connect with people from schools you attended. People working at your current or past companies will typically connect with you if they see a mutual company on your profile. Anyone that you come into contact with in daily life, from your dentist and doctor to parents of your children's friends to people you meet at networking events, you can send them invitations. LinkedIn is not like Facebook where you would typically only connect to someone you know well. It's a more casual networking site for professionals, and it's okay to send someone an invitation who you just met. LinkedIn has a people you may know feature, which you definitely want to scroll through. It shows you people who you have mutual connections with, groups that you both belong to, schools that you both went to, companies that you both worked for. But remember, you want to selectively invite people who will definitely accept your request because you don't want LinkedIn to restrict your account. The importance of quality connections can't be understated. The more connections you have, the higher your profile will rank when a hiring person does a search. And the more connections you have, the wider and more diverse your network will be, so your profile will appear in more searches since you'll be connected to many more people who are doing the searches. We know it can be difficult to reach high numbers of diverse connections, and that's why the ACES company started a LinkedIn service. I'll talk more about this at the end, so keep listening if you want to learn how we can add hundreds of people to your profile. These people are all United States professionals who do not have Lion or any of those open networking terms in their profile. They're all quality connections that will immediately boost your profile visibility and ranking. Okay, we've talked about keywords and connections, so let's cover the third essential area for using LinkedIn to land a job. This is the skills and endorsements section. Each of these categories that you add to this section count as keywords on your profile, so think back to those 5 or so keywords that we talked about at the beginning of this video and add them to this section. LinkedIn allows you to add 50 keywords. However, this is not a good idea for 2 reasons. First, it looks messy, and it's pointless since rarely do people click on the Show More that appears at the bottom of this section to look at all 50 of your skills. Second, it hurts your keyword count to have extraneous skills listed that aren't directly related to the position you want. So here's an easy way to understand this. Let's say that Salesforce is one of your keywords. If you have Salesforce listed as a skills category and you have 9 other skills listed, then your Salesforce keyword is one of 10 words. However, if you have 49 other skills listed, then your Salesforce keyword is now one of 50 words, which is not as impactful. Every word on your profile is counting toward your keyword count, so it is essential that you don't list any extra words. The best strategy for your skills section is to keep it focused by listing 10 to 12 keywords. Then you need to collect endorsements from your connections next to each of those keywords. The goal is to reach at least 100 endorsements in each category because the system stops showing the number once you reach 100 and instead shows 99 plus. Having a lot of endorsements is important for 2 reasons. First, when a hiring person looks at your profile, you want them to see that you have a large network of people that are willing to endorse you. Don't worry if a person endorses you for a skill and they really can't speak to how well you can perform that skill. Again, this section is about the social proof that many people in your network are willing to endorse you for the skill. The second reason that endorsements are important is for keyword purposes. If you have a skill listed and someone else has that same skill listed on their profile, and a hiring person does a search for that skill, your profile will appear higher in the search results than that other person's profile if you have more endorsements in that category. If you have 60 endorsements next to Salesforce and someone else has 40 endorsements, your profile will appear higher. You need your profile to appear on the first or second page of results when a hiring manager does a search, and having a lot of endorsements in each keyword category will help your profile rank higher in search results. That's why it's essential that you have a lot of endorsements. The final item is that your endorsements must be from people who live in your country who are not LinkedIn open networkers. A hiring manager can easily hover over any picture of your endorsements and they can see if the person lives in the US or if the person has Lion prominently displayed in their heading. A hiring person can easily click on the profile and see if they wrote that they are an open networker in their summary or elsewhere on their profile. Hiring people know LinkedIn, and they know that Lions and overseas people connect to anyone and everyone, so it's an instant tip-off to them if they see that on your profile. Lions and overseas people hurt your credibility when they endorse you because it's obviously a fake endorsement. You do not want to start going through all of your connections and endorsing people for random skills. Many people do this because they are hoping that the idea of reciprocity will kick in and that the person they endorsed will then endorse them back. But again, it is very common for a hiring manager to click on your endorsements to see if you endorse that person. They want to know if it's a reciprocal endorsement. If it is, it's worthless. If you have a lot of reciprocal endorsements on your profile, meaning you've endorsed everyone who's endorsed you, it can look like you're a desperate job seeker who's doing whatever they can to get endorsements, and you lose all credibility. This is not the image you want to project. This is how the skills section on my LinkedIn profile looks. As you can see, I have 10 categories listed. They are the keywords that I want to be found for, and each category has reached 99 plus. The endorsements are from many diverse people, which shows that I have a wide network of connections, and none of the endorsements are from Lions or LinkedIn Open Networkers. Endorsements are essential. The more endorsements that you have, the higher your profile will rank in search results, which will result in increased visibility of your profile. And the more endorsements that you have, the more respected you look, since your network is vouching for your skills. Earlier, I mentioned the LinkedIn service that the ACES company offers. In addition to adding hundreds of quality connections to your profile, we will also add hundreds of endorsements to the skills section of your profile. Again, these endorsements and connections will all be from professionals who live in the United States who are not open networkers. To learn more about our LinkedIn service, you can visit either of our websites, aceyourinterview.com or aceyourlinkedinprofile.com. Both sites have the same information, which includes more details about the LinkedIn service and a place for you to sign up. The LinkedIn service is completed within 7 days of signing up. The ACES company also offers resume writing and LinkedIn profile writing, as well as job search and interview coaching. If you're interested in those services, please visit the aceyourinterview.com site for more information. If you have any questions about our services, please call our office at the number on your screen. If you'd like to email me directly, I've listed my email address. Finally, if you'd like to connect with me on LinkedIn, you may send me an invite, which I'll accept as long as you live in the United States and do not have Lion or Open Networker anywhere on your profile. LinkedIn offers an incredible world of opportunities if you're looking for a job. As long as you have a lot of connections, skills endorsements, and keywords in your profile, you should be well on your way to landing a great job, and we wish you the best of luck with your job search.